So we were told all along by U.S. lawmakers that we need to take out the Iranian nuclear program, and you can make a good argument for that. You can make an argument that Israel has wanted to do that for quite some time. It's becoming more and more clear to the surface that Israel will not be able to finish the fight unless American B-52 bunker-busting bombs will get involved. Okay, you can hold that position, and you can hope for the best. You can hope that there is a strike, and we get in and we get out, and we use the Moab and a 30,000, 40,000-pound bomb, 30,000-pound bomb, and it works perfectly, and hopefully no U.S. troops die in response. I can understand that argument. I really can. President Trump has been consistent for over a decade, saying that Iran will not get a nuclear bomb. Iran will not get a nuclear bomb. President Trump has said that for 10 years. However, if you watch carefully and closely, amongst the Washington, D.C. and neoconservative, neo-imperialist class, especially in the Republican Party, they've kind of shifted gears here. They've shifted gears from Iran should not have a nuclear weapon to Iran should not have an Ayatollah. And they've tried to ever so subtly shift the Overton window as if we weren't paying attention. So wait a second, hold on. First it was that Israel is going to take out the nuclear weapon. And then it was, well, America is going to help Israel take out the nuclear weapon. Still the same theme, but a shift, but still the same theme. One that is defensible if done correctly and prudently. I have some caution towards that intervention, but I can get it. I can get behind that if President Trump executes in a way that only he can. But hold on a second. They're trying to pull a switcheroo. Yesterday afternoon, the neocons that have been wrong about every major foreign policy decision of the last 20 years. They were wrong about Afghanistan. They were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about Libya. They were wrong about Syria. They were wrong about the Arab Spring. The entire Middle East is filled. It is at capacity with their failures. You cannot point to a random Middle East country without seeing somewhere that John Bolton, Lindsey Graham, and the entire gang of ferocious neoconservatives have messed up. So we've been told it's all about nuclear weapons, but it seems as if there's a more aggressive push to get rid of the Ayatollah. Now, to be clear, of course we on this program want to see the people of Persia resume self-determination. The Persian people are wonderful. They're the highest IQ people on the planet, are right near it. They're incredibly industrious. The Persians that I know across Chicago, where I grew up, or in Phoenix, are amazing. In Scottsdale, they literally have a restaurant called The Persian Room. I get it. But this is a completely different thing. If the people of Persia want to take back their government organically, authentically, from the ground up, we will be cheering them on. Of course we will. But Western-forced central planning regime change is if we are just going to take out the Ayatollah. Oh, really? What comes next? What comes after regime change? Might be, oh, well, we need a small number of U.S. troops to support the new regime. And then, well, the new regime needs our financial support. Then, okay, then we need a few more U.S. troops. We have seen this play before. Or, again, regime change, you have no idea how this is going to work out. You have no idea. The best case scenario is like probably 5,000 U.S. troops and $100 billion. The probably most probable scenario is a bloody civil war that results in a couple 100,000 people dead, all these different ethnic groups fighting. Iran is a country of 92 million people. Let me repeat. Iran is a country of 92 million people. It's 2.5 times the size of Texas. Again, we've been reporting this on our program the last couple of days. It is a beast of a country. Not to mention you could trigger another refugee crisis coming to the West. And so Lindsey Graham, listen very carefully. We went from take out the nuclear program to regime change in just a couple of days. This is why our program is succeeding right now. Because we are taking a non-ideological, patriotic, America First approach right now, where other people are all over the place. No intervention under any circumstances. Okay, I can hear that. I can sympathize with that. But 86% of Americans don't want Iran to have a nuclear bomb. Or you have the people that redesign the entire Middle East in their image. Meanwhile, our country is collapsing. Let's play first 342. This is Lindsey Graham. He lives for this, by the way. Lindsey Graham's identity, his reason for being, his excitement, his thrill is to try and execute regime change in Iran. Play cut 342.
I hope it's eliminated. I would like to see this regime fall, but I'm going to leave it up to the president as to what to do and when to do it. But I do know this. If we don't take out their nuclear program now, we'll all regret it. We're very close. Be all in, Mr. President, in helping Israel finish the job, and let's see where we're at after we neutralize their nuclear program.
Now he continues on cut 343, which is the real incriminating one. I would like to see this regime fall. He says that, but he continues. Play cut 343.
Here's what I can say. Taking the Ayatollah's regime down is a good thing, not a bad thing. And I'm willing to risk what happens next, because I know what's going to happen if they stay in power. They're going to keep trying to destroy Israel. They're going to keep fomenting terrorism, and they're going to try to build a bomb, and they'll use it until they're gone. Their goal is a religious goal, to destroy the Jews, to destroy Sunni Islam, to destroy us. These are fanatical religious Nazis. I'm willing to risk them leaving. I think it will only get better.
Sounds good, right? That is such an immature, shallow, sloppy, irresponsible, insane, frenetic approach from a U.S. lawmaker. Oh, I know what happens when they remain. Actually, you don't know that, Lindsey Graham. The first rule of foreign policy is you must enter things with humility. That is the first rule. You don't know how things are going to work out, actually. You could predict them. You can have probability. You could look to history, but you don't know with certainty. And that kind of arrogance and that kind of pride is exactly why we got into the quagmire of Iraq and Afghanistan, and why Libya is still in a civil war, and why 600,000 people died in the Syrian civil war, resulting in 6 million refugees, largely remaking the polity and the entire demographic composition of Europe, because we thought we knew. No, you don't know, actually. In fact, it could be a catastrophe. And I'm going to build out more why we must together resist regime change. It's not about taking out the nuclear program. That's a separate topic. You could support that. That is defensible. It is indefensible after everything we've seen the last 25 years. To start beating the drums for regime change at yet another Middle Eastern country, this one being the biggest of all we have dared to get involved in.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.